It's no secret that I love clothes. There's a big pile of miscellaneous garments on my bed right now because I would like to do a video talking about all of the Etsy shops that I love. Now, I do have some honorable mentions such as Red Threaded, American Duchess, but I don't want to talk about those. I want to talk about the clothes that I get from other people from various parts of the world on the internet, and I just really want to give them some appreciation. And I should get this out of the way. This is not sponsored. This is just me really wanting to just dive back into what I love, and also realizing just how much money I spent within the last year. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoy it, so let's get to it. Already, this video is something along the lines of, I have all these things and I don't really know where to start, but I did make a list, and on that list, one of the first ones I wrote was Lola Nova UK, and that is where I got this Ariel day dress. And this person is really known for his, not history bounding, Disney bounding, and I really enjoyed this one. I actually used it in a TikTok once.
Get it? I don't want to walk, I want to wop. Now from the top, make it your wop. That's a wop. Get a bucket and a mop. That's a wop.
I don't really want to rate all of the items that I bought. I'd rather just tell you guys whether or not I found that it was worth buying or not. And this one, I quite like it. I feel like it's comfortable, it's kind of stretchy, and I also bought the bow that comes with it. It seems like there's wire in here, and I've never actually had the time to put it in my hair actually, so this is kind of, wait. Yeah, it might stay on. I think. I'm not really used to bows anyway, but I just got it because it goes with the outfit. So, yes, Lola Nova UK, I really like it. The Wednesday Petticoat by E.T. Petticoats. Now this, I love everything about this. I love the way, how it spins. I love how it twirls. Really good for, I believe, the late Victorian or early Edwardian area. I want to say that's how she advertised it. I regret not preparing more for this. But yeah, I just really love all the detail that came into this. And yeah, I would say that it's definitely worth the money. You should go check her out. I also bought from her one of her bustle pads and her Victorian bust improver, which I have not been able to use yet because I've yet to get a corset commission for that, but that will be in the future. And for her bustle pad, I do find that it gives a little gradual lift. It's not too extreme, which is, it's good for the Edwardian era. So I'd like to show you what it's like underneath here, but yeah, that's gonna take a second. So yes, I know, very graceful in the fashion community that I am. But yeah, that is what it's like with it on. I can't see any difference. I don't know if you can see any difference because, well, for one, I'm not wearing a proper corset or anything to really accentuate anything else. But yeah, I believe it works well. I find that it works. I find that it could give just enough of what you needed. And yeah, I do recommend E.T. Petticoats. And while we are on the subject of bustle pads, I also bought this bum pad from, oh my god, I need to pronounce it. It's Vosissova Corsets, I believe it's called. I'll link everything in the description below. But yeah, this one is much more exaggerated. I haven't seen myself wear this in a long time, so give me just a sec. Now, I'm not sure if I'm wearing the proper petticoat for this, but this bustle is advertised as 1900s, and yeah, you can actually see that it goes out from the hips, and it does stick your bum out. So I think, if you really want that kind of shape, this one is to go. So yes, Vosissova Corsets. I love ya. Ha! Moving on to more butts. Now this shop, I love this shop's name. It's called Perfect Little Parcel, and this is supposed to replicate the butts of the late 18th century. And I just realized that I'm wearing my other bustle as I put this on. Give me a sec. Right, here we go. So I don't really have the proper petticoat for that because I haven't tackled the 18th century yet, but I can tell you that this in general is what it's supposed to look like. And I really like this. I really like the construction of it. I feel like it's gonna get the job done whenever I do tackle that century. And yeah, perfect little parcel. Love it. Now, because I am still in this dark Wednesday Addams ensemble, let's get a little bit darker. Now, once upon a time, I cosplayed as Alice from Alice the Madness Returns, which is one of my favorite video games in the world. Now, this dress, like most of the components here, I did not buy from Etsy. I bought it from Miss Costumes, and I don't really trust that site to begin with, but I'll link it down anyway. But in order to make it a bit more realistic, these two components I have right here, I did buy from Etsy. In the back of her dress, Alice has a skull or some variation of this skull, and this is incredibly well made. And it was a struggle, but I managed to sew it in the back of the bow right here as it does lay in the game. And this was made by Perfect Tommy Automail. And yes, it's just incredibly well made, and I just love it. And then from Raptor Props, I have the Volvo Blade. I've not come here looking for a fight. Yes, if you just look at this detail and the coloring, it matches pretty similar to the game. So yeah, I quite recommend this one. And oh, don't you worry. Theater test for sharpness. It's fine. You're not gonna die. Isn't that all? Isn't that all like weapon tests when it comes to like theatrical props? It's like, I'm not gonna die. Handmade by them too, over on Etsy, are these pocket hoops. And I quite enjoyed them. I honestly can't wait to tackle the 18th century. It's just, there are a lot of ribbons that comes to this. And it's really good if you, like, you can control how, like, tight you want them against your body. I think that's a really cool, neat trick. And so I felt like this was a really good production for the price. And yeah, that's why I would recommend them. I put on regular clothes for this one. And I know, this might make you a little uncomfortable, but I want to promote them. So if you are looking for collars of variety of styles, I would recommend Kitty Cat Creations over on Etsy. And it's just very nice. They're very well made and they're comfortable. And I would recommend following their sizing instructions. So the thing is, it's easier when you're measuring to make the collar a little bit tighter rather than bigger. So that way it's easier for you to adjust, because it's better if there's a gap in the back rather than it's too big to even put on. So yes, for Kitty Cat Creations, I would really recommend it. In fact, I love that shop so much that I actually bought another color, and I just love all the colors and how you can customize some things. I'm covering up the name tag because you don't need to know my name. I'm a freak. I'm standing all the way back here behind the light because this is when I really start to worry about demonetization. So anyway, this camisole, well, it's actually, it's made out of petite, so it's very see-through, but I know it looks like a nightgown, but it's actually a chemise. And I have used this for my Victorian costumes as like the undergarment. And yeah, let's move on real quick. All right, this is a little bit better. Now these two pieces are from Fiorentina Costuming, and I really love the make of these undergarments, honestly. So this is her 1820s petticoat, and I am actually using it for my 1830s project that I am in the middle of right now. I love that you can adjust the top of the chemise so that way you can make it more manageable. Still worried about you seeing me, so yes, let's move on. The next shop I'm about to show you is Premier Victorian, which I quite like the designs of what is offered in that shop. However, I will say that the crinoline that they give you for the era, I wouldn't say it's historically accurate, but at least it will give you the shape that is designed for the late 1890s, I would say, just so it helps the dress spell out. So yes, this is what they give you, and now let me show you the dress. I really don't want to button it up all the way just because it's a little bit difficult for me, but everything that they give you is rather loose fitting, so that way I guess it's just more manageable. But anyway, this is the shirt, and this is the skirt that comes with it. Now, like, all put together, I really love this costume, and it is a costume, so I would like to recommend Premier Victorian. It's just that I feel like some parts of the fit, like, it doesn't necessarily work for me, and it is a little bit hard to get into. But other than that, and I wish that I had my hair up in the way that can like properly show you the era. Hopefully real quick I can just, let's see. Yeah, really quick. A is for the apple that he gave to me, but I found a worm inside. Over the Garden Wall fans, anyone? But yes, Premier Victorian. Love the detail, just wish it was just a little bit easier to manage. This outfit, in a way, was what started this idea for this video all off.
If the Renaissance Fair is canceled this year, I better not hear a single word when I roll up to the grocery store looking like this. I don't want to hear it. I'm living my best.
The ribbon that I have to tie this off is kind of a pain, but overall, yes, this is my Renaissance outfit, and I got this from Opulent Design Store on Etsy, and I just love it. You can, like, I think I personally requested these colors with the teal and the purple because those are the colors for my main D&D character, and yeah, I just love this just as it is. And of course, because I am a traveler, I have paired it with a couple of accessories. This braided leather belt is from Frost and Ember Creations, I believe that's how you say it. And how I tie it off is kind of, you kind of have to get used to it. So you go under it, kind of like tying a tie, but around your waist. So you just go under that hole, and then you just made this loop right there, and then you pull it down there, and if you do it right, it should just stay in place the entire time that you are at the Renfest. So look at that, ain't that cool? And this is a medieval leather belt pouch, and I love that it came with like a burlap sack for like storage. But yes, this is from Long Coast Workshop, and I will admit, like, this whole thing was kind of expensive, but on the good side, it is kind of adjustable. Let's see. I haven't yet used this for the Renfest because of the pandemic. I haven't been able to go there. But the whole reason that I bought this is because it can hold, like, you know, my cards, maybe a little bit of money, and of course, my phone. So yeah, you can just seal it up right there and then hook it onto there, and it is pretty easy to work with. So that way I can just go about my day, you know? Oh, it kind of hurts my hip when it does that. I probably wouldn't be prancing around if I had a lot of, you know, like, doobly-doos on me. So, yeah. Okay. I can't not wear the ensemble with the finishing touch because I am a witch after all. Now to move on to the shop, which, I'll be honest, it's really tickled my fancy, except it takes so long for it to get to the US, but I do recommend it. It's incredibly popular over on Instagram, and that would be Little Woman Atelier. Cottagecore has entered the chat. Little Woman Atelier is a clothing shop from Russia, and it is, like, all the clothes that they sell are based off of the Four Sisters in Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. And I already love the aesthetic. So this is the Beth dress with short sleeves shown in the lilac color. And I quite like it. I find it very comfortable. But, well, honestly, just on its own, it's kind of, it makes me look a bit frumpy. But I like that they actually give you a belt so that way you can adjust it a little bit onto yourself. You see, so once this is on, it does kind of like help with the fit and the overall look it has on me. And I just, you know, I really love the length of the skirt. I love that it's so full because, like, oh, okay, like, so for the different sisters, like for their skirts and for their dresses, they have different pleats on all the clothes. And I will admit that it is a bitch to iron. Linen is kind of hard to iron in general, but as you're going to see, I also bought a skirt and a shirt. And, well, while I would say that this may be easy to iron just to keep the pleats, like, rather, like, clean and all that, it can get kind of difficult. And it does have a pocket, which that is kind of one downside, is that because there's a zip, there's a zipper on the side here. There's only one pocket, but I mean, I guess it's okay. And because it is cottagecore, I've also paired it with their half apron. And now I just really like this ensemble because I feel like a working woman out into the middle of the woods, and this is yet another reason why I should run off into the sunset and become the next missing person and just live my life as like basically a witch in the middle of the woods, but I can't because money. Yes, this apron is in the dusty aqua color, which I really love that they have all these selection of colors, even though it can be very hard to choose. But yeah, I really like this whole ensemble here. And now let me show you the next one. One thing I should let you guys know is that because lighter linen is very much see-through, so like if you buy like something in a lighter color, as I just kind of did, it might be a little bit see-through. So that's just something to keep in mind. But they do have a petticoat, and I quite like it. I feel like it gets the job done. It makes the skirts puff out a little bit more. And also they have a system in the back where, I hope you can see this, there is an elastic with a bunch of holes in it, and so you just pull it and then you adjust it to where you want it to be. And you could like double loop it onto the button, but that just kind of gets kind of bulky and I didn't like that, so I just kept it as it is. This is the Amy shirt, and that's another thing about their sizing, is that some things are rather big on me. Now, I am an extra small in dresses. I have always been an extra small, but in an extra small in a shirt, you can see it kind of flares out in the hips, so it doesn't exactly fit the way that I want to. Maybe it's just because of the design, and also it does, like as I said, it does look rather frumpy on me. But let me pair it with the skirt. But what I didn't know is that this is the Joe skirt, and it is shown in the dusty aqua color, which is a new color that they have, and I've fallen in love with this so much. So how you close off the skirts is that there's a button right here, and you just attach it right there and zip it up, and you are good to go. And yes, this is one of those cases again where you only have one pocket. And now this is why I say that it's kind of hard to iron this, because the Joe skirt has like sort of these kind of box pleats, and they're really hard to keep up. I've tried to iron it before, so like when it came in packaged from Russia, it was very wrinkled, and I tried to iron it, and I mean, it's good to keep the linen moist. Like, it's good to have it wet while you're ironing it, so it's like a little bit easier to manage. But even then, like, you can see how hard it is to just keep this clean without messing with the rest of the garment. But if I had known that, I probably would have ordered this skirt in a different style. But otherwise, I still like it. Well, actually, this corner, because of the pleats, like this corner kind of sticks out a lot. And that's just because of the, like, when they sewed in the pocket, it kind of like got caught, and that's why it kind of sticks out a little bit. But literally, no one's gonna see that. No one's gonna see it but me. This is also why I say that I don't really think that this shirt is actually right for me. This is the Amy blouse, and I really like the design, but just the problem is that it's really see-through, and also it feels like a bit too frumpy on me. So maybe if I could pair it with something else. I mean, I don't really want to return it because, you know, if you're like me, if you spend so much money on something, you kind of don't want to take it back because you know that somebody worked really hard on this for you, and to ship it all the way out to the other side of the world, I just feel bad. So I might find a use for it, but as of right now, I'm just kind of, I'm vibing, you know? I'm just realizing that I'm matching the color of my wall. No wonder I like it so much. If you want like the ultimate twirl action, this is it. This is it. Little Woman Atelier, which fits all the aesthetics right. Now, before I let you go, I do have one last recommendation for an Etsy shop. Mine! She's a self-promoting YouTuber now. But yes, I have just opened up an Etsy shop where you can find my modernized 1890s walking skirt with pockets. and I love everything about it. Now, this is a shorter prototype. That's why it kind of goes over my knees, and it looks a little bit more flared out than it would if it was longer. But I have to be honest with you, this was a prototype, and I wanted to sell it in this color. However, since making this skirt, the color has been discontinued. So I am in the process of finding a new blue color and offering more colors for the shop. But yes, this is really cool. It has pockets on both sides, and it can hold your phone. And it's just so super cool and super cute. You could probably wear a little bustle pad over it, under it, sorry, if you wanted to. I didn't plan this. I am improving so hard, but that's why I'm kind of doubling up with my words. But yes, Crown Moose Costumes. Please consider checking it out. And don't you worry, you have seen the red color on my channel before, and this hopefully will never get discontinued because I love this red color so much. And yes, I was also thinking about selling the blouse that I often share with it too. However, I don't really want to add buttons in the back just because it's easier for me to put on, but other people might like to have buttons installed on there. So I'm still going through the works on adding this shirt, whether or not I should. And yeah, if this is something that you're thinking about buying, yes, please let me know in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it. Not to mention that I am also selling 18th century pockets, which are big enough to hold your phone because, oh yes, we know, whenever we're history bounding, we need a place to put our phone. This concludes the collection of all of the Etsy shops that I love. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you go and explore the world of Etsy and go down the rabbit hole as I have. And oh my God, I'm realizing that this was a very expensive collection, but I think that it was well worth it because I love everything that I bought, and honestly, I'm happy. I'm really happy, and I'm glad that you're here watching me today, just raveling all of my collection of clothes and other miscellaneous objects that I love to own. Yes, and with that, my name is Kaylee. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want, and I shall see you over at my Etsy shop. Crown Moose Costumes. Love you lots. Big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with the itty bitty waist, look around and in your face you get small. I don't gotta stop. Everything she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get with ya and take your picture.